Welcome back to Bonded by Bravo. I am your host, Amy, joined with my co-host, Jen. What's up, Jen?
Not much. How's it going?
It's going.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a little bit of an announcement that we're gonna start off the show with. So me and you've been doing this for 2 years, like almost 2 years exactly. I think actually a little over 2 years. And we decided we're going to take the summer off. We're going to take a break. We're going to see where the wind blows. We both have jobs outside of this and we need a little break.
Yeah.
To get the passion for Bravo back. So it's not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for now. And we just want to shout out all of our loyal listeners, like shout out Christina, shout out Maria, shout out Dan, shout out Carrie, shout out all of the folks who have been here from the jump supporting us. And also shout out you and me for committing to this for 2 years every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we sort of touched on it last week, like just feeling a little bit burnt out by the Bravo sphere in general, and just seeing some of the comments that we see online can be really kind of just like disheartening. Like there's a lot of hate. I think people might be shocked to see how much like women on women hatred goes down on the comments on these Bravo accounts. Like I think I didn't realize that until we had our account. And really, I would say the Paige thing is the thing that really brought it to, or maybe even the Scandal in the beginning as well. But like the Paige thing felt like it took it to new heights for me. And I was like, I need to bail out of this for a second.
Did you see where Paige, you posted it on our Instagram?
Yeah.
That was so funny where somebody was like, I just think it's so funny. All of these like women that are hating on Paige, the Facebook people. And she's like, don't get it twisted. They're paying me.
I love
paying my bills.
I love that for her because it's true, right? Like they keep her in the conversation. I think for me, it's just seeing it nonstop. I was just like, this is like, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and I think for both of us, we're like, it's taken the fun out of Bravo, and we need to remember like why we got into this in the first place. And 100%. It was for fun.
Totally.
It was for fun. So speaking of fun, it's actually I have been watching the Paige and Hannah like 15 to 16 minute Giggly Squad shows, and if you're looking for a fun little breath of fresh air, check those out.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched it. What's that on YouTube?
It's on YouTube, and it's just like easy and it's silly, but it makes you want more of them. In that capacity, because the context is, think of like simple life while on tour, and it's not like you want to see them like living their lives. This perfect, like them doing goofy things together, like they went vintage shopping, they learned how to play baseball, like these like goofy scenarios. It's a fun and easy watch.
Okay.
But yeah, what else has been going on in your life? How was your Memorial Day weekend?
What did I do? I don't know. Oh, we had Carnival this weekend, so that was fun.
What does that mean? I saw those vids. What does that mean? I didn't know that.
It happens it's always Memorial Day weekend, I think. It's huge though. I mean, like the streets are jam-packed. There's like, it's a parade it's Saturday and Sunday, but it's just a celebration from all different cultures in the city. And they have like dancers and stuff. And yeah, it was fun. So, and a ton of food, but the lines were too long, so it didn't matter.
That always stinks at those things when you're like, all I want is like, but I'm not waiting in line for it.
I know. My friend was like really trying to get a pupusa, and she waited in line, and I was like, I'm not waiting in this line. She texted like 20 minutes later. I was like, yeah, this line's not moving, so let's abort mission. I was like, yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. How about you?
I was down the Jersey Shore.
Oh, sorry. That's right. It is.
I don't mean to rub it in.
It's okay.
Is that like weird to change from like knowing that you're going to go down the shore on Memorial Day weekend to like having like
Like knowing it for so many years of my life, and then it just uprooted.
Yeah, and it's also like I guess I know now, but I guess there was a period of time where like I would do, maybe there was like 5 or 6 years where I would do other things besides go to the shore, but it's just like it's like a knowing like, oh, it's Memorial Day weekend, we're going down the shore.
Yeah. The first couple years I lived here, yes, because from like birth to 25, I basically had gone down the shore every single Memorial Day weekend. And for about 6 of those summers, from Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day.
Yeah, right.
Like
God,
just straight through. I would never even come home. I would just post up. But the first couple years that I lived here, it was rough. Like I was
actually, like acting like I don't know. I remember those days.
I was like, okay, we're gonna turn off the phone. Like, I cannot see what's happening on here. But now it's like I have so much going on over here I kind of almost forgot it was actually Memorial Day weekend. I think too, being in Philly right before, and so many of my friends and family had gone down to like set up for the following weekend. So to me, it had sort of started already. You know, like they went down and like moved all their stuff in, and kind of like one of my friends she has like a boathouse on the marina and like by the Lobster House in Cape May.
Mm-hmm.
So that requires like an entire, like you have to open it up because it's on the water like that.
That's amazing. Like that is a type of the house that
it's so sick. It's so cool. Yeah.
God, I'm still getting used to like the central Jersey shore points. I was in Point Pleasant again. It's definitely it's just overall a different vibe than what I'm used to. Still relaxing, still lovely, lots of children, my friends' kids. But I told you that I'm taking that stand-up class.
Yeah.
And my teacher last week was like, okay, guys, this week you have to go to an open mic.
Ooh, homework.
So tonight I'm going and performing at my first open mic.
Are you nervous?
So nervous.
Wow, how do we get a beta blocker?
I wonder if I have one.
Do you?
I might.
How would you have one?
Are you kidding? Like the millions of things that I mean, if you like, remember when I was having the exercise intolerance and they gave me beta blockers to try to keep my heart rate down?
Oh no, I don't remember that, but that's nice. I have beta blockers.
I'm trying to don't expire. Have them. That's what I'm trying to think, because that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should still kind of work, even if it's like not the full effect, you know? Just take the edge off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like more nervous than I've ever been in a while.
How long does it have to be?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Which is easy, but
where are you going?
I'm going to the west side. There's like a bar over there that's doing it.
Is Meek gonna go?
No, I don't want him to go.
Okay.
My comedy writing person, my sketch person, Emily, is coming with me.
Okay.
And she's like, can I bring my friend? And I was like, absolutely not.
No,
like, I don't know how to say. Like,
private show.
Like, the reason I'm bringing you is it's so that we can then rewrite the material after if needed. Like, as much as like I love Meek support, like it's really weird. I'm like really in this, and it's more like a school. It feels like being in school, I guess. Like you want to like get it right. Do you know what show I watched over the weekend that I would actually suggest? It's like a super easy show. Benny Drama. I don't know if you followed him on Instagram.
Overcompensating or whatever.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It was really funny, super easy to watch. Yeah, just if you're looking for something that's like, what are you watching? Yeah, it's super light.
Watch Sirens. That was all right.
Oh, how was okay?
I like Megan Fahey a lot. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like murder mystery, psychological thriller-esque, but it certainly was not that. The ending, I was like, yeah, it was like it totally. The lead up is like that, and then the end is like not at all. I was like, okay, this is weird. Kind of just I don't know. But Julianne Moore is just perfection. So there's that. And then
I didn't realize she was in it. Wow.
What else? Am I watching anything else? I watched American Manhunt. the Osama bin Laden
Oh my
documentary.
God, so did I.
So good.
Oh,
So
I just got
freaking
the
good.
chills even saying it again. It was so creepy.
Crazy what the male ego can really drive us into, huh? I was like talking to Kyle and I was like, wow, this was ego driven kind of like that's how this like Paige was not lying when she said when men get together, wars ensue. It was shocking. I guess I just didn't, I don't know.
Shocking and scary.
Yeah. But and yeah, I guess I don't know. We haven't really been watching all that much.
Yeah,
I'm like so glad Foreman Wives is over. I wish they did it week by week.
Oh, so we had something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in this Mad Men rewatch, and I just have to say, I really think it is one of the best shows that's ever been on TV.
I think it's talked about in that sort of regard.
Yeah, it's funny. Me and Meek were talking about it, like on our shore ride home.
Yeah.
Like really.
Is he doing it with you? Are you guys doing it together?
But this is probably his like fourth time watching it.
Oh, okay.
And he always tries to get me into it. And I think I've watched the last 2 seasons, but like one-eyeing it.
Yeah.
When you watch from the beginning to the end, it's just
it is really good.
A good show. Were you a Severance person? I haven't watched it yet.
I watched the first season and a half, and then honestly, I was like, this is a little out of my realm.
Give me why, because I wonder.
Just a little too sci-fi for me.
It's sci-fi?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate sci-fi.
Yeah, it's very sci-fi.
Like I watched
the only sci-fi I could get in
Stranger Things, and that was it.
I did do that, but the only sci-fi I kind of got, like Silo, I did watch all of on Apple TV. That was good. But no, this Severance is, it's like, I love Adam Scott.
Yeah.
And same. I do like I like the people playing all the characters. And because it has, everyone's like, it's the best show I mean, you hear Dax and Monica talk about it.
Yeah.
They're so enthused by it that I was like, I must watch. And then you hear, I talk to other people and they're like, give it to the 4th episode of the first season. And like, I did get in it then. And then by the 4th of the 2nd season, Kyle was like, all right, let's watch it. And finally I was like, you know what? Have at it. Like
you do it.
Take it away. Take it away. Yeah.
Take it away.
I mean, it's not to say I won't ever go back to it, but I think we were like binging it a little too much. Like everyone else had to wait like 3 years in between the first season and the 2nd season, where we kind of went right into it.
Yeah. Speaking of what's coming back, Tell Me Lies.
Oh my God. I can't
filming.
Wait.
I feel like that's when we'll be like, all right, we need a podcast. The second that comes out. And
that is one of the best freaking shows. I love Tell Me Lies. I love that it's set when I am in college. Like it is to the T my years. And so it's not a year below me. It's not a year ahead of me. It is, they graduated high school 2007 and went to college the same year I did. So it's like, right. What'd you say?
I always forget our age.
Yeah. I love it so much.
Thank God you got me into that, because you're the one that told me to watch it. I was never gonna watch it.
So fucking
good. Because I had like sometimes previews, I feel like they don't always like do the justice of what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like you think like I didn't know Severance was sci-fi.
Yeah. The thing too about Tell Me Lies is Hulu. I don't know how Hulu makes these choices, but they do it. It's every week. It's not, you can't binge it, which I like. Only Murders in the Building is like that. I think The Bear is like that. Like I don't know why. Maybe because it's reality TV. Although Kardashians, it's every week. So I don't.
Yeah.
I really wish they would have kept us like going for the mom talk of it all, especially with all the podcasts that like the Biophiles ended up like banging those podcasts out so quick. Like it was just like every other episode was with some of the cast members.
Did you finish?
Jen is on today.
You finished it all.
What oh my God. Yeah. And like
no, because last week I think you were up to like episode 4 or something.
Oh, maybe like 6. Crazy. And I just finished it.
Oh, 6. Yeah. That could keep. I mean, we could be talking about that for weeks. I'm also excited next week. Love Island starts again.
Oh, I know. I'm excited. Actually, I have a friend that was like so unexpected. It's a guy that is like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, I didn't get to watch it live last time. Like, I want to vote. I was like, what? I don't even remember the voting.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
And I always watch at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
I did vote. No, I think
I don't know that we can, though, because we're 3 hours behind.
That's such a bummer.
Like, we can't ever do Watch What Happens. I mean, there was one time I tried to do Watch What Happens live, and it was, like, unavailable. And I was like, oh, that's right. Like, I can't because it's New York live, not
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so annoying.
I know, because they really like keep half of us just out of it completely.
That seems
an entire coast. Actually, more because it's like there's Central Time, there's Mountain Time,
right?
Coast time.
Not get Brock excited over here.
Yeah.
But also, I need you to watch UK too. You're never going to do both at the same time, right?
I started UK at one point, but maybe because it wasn't live, it didn't have that same like magic. But if
I can't wait.
Live,
I mean, it's that, and then Australia will start in the fall. So, I mean, our summer is ahead of us. It's all ahead of us.
I'm excited.
Yeah. What are we talking about today?
So just summer house in the Valley. I do have a little story. It's like very little story, but my friend comes in to work on Saturday. I was bartending, and she comes in and she's like, "I have something to tell you." And my immediate response was like, "You're done doing doubles." And she was like, "No, that's very nice of you to think." And she's like, "Schwartz just called work and wants to do like, I guess the bar that she works at came up on TikTok or something." And he does, you know how he does these like brunches with Tom?
No.
Well, he does. I see him. He always is like promoting them. And I love that he's like this Bravo like puppet that's just like going all over the place.
Great.
Yeah, and you know what? It works for him.
I was gonna say it's perfect. It's a perfect job for him.
Yeah, it's like drama free. So he, I guess, like kind of like scouts the places. And so he called last week to set up a brunch at that spot. And she's like, "You'll be the first to know." And I was like, the only thing is like, I wish I was bartending the event because I don't want to be like a fan. I would rather be like, what do you need from me? Like, I want to have the power position.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. I was like,
That's
if you guys need a best
interesting.
bartender, I've worked at that bar for 3 years. So it's like, I know my way around there.
Oh, get in on that. I mean, I don't know where. Yeah. Oh, wait. Speaking of Bravo Lebs, after I left the shore, there was a Real Housewives of New Jersey housewives at the on the boardwalk. They all went to rides with the kids, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do rides with kids.
Dolores is really moving to Rhode Island.
I don't know. She does have connections there.
Does she?
Apparently, according to Bravo and Cocktails, she has connections there. But I don't know. Because what about Pauly?
I know.
It's not like it's like an easy. I mean, it's like 4 hours.
And I know that's. I looked it up on a map, and I was like, that's like not around the corner.
No, it's not like no.
Yeah.
But Rachel Fuda and family were on the boardwalk.
Okay. All right. Well, should we
remembers who that is?
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of Tom Schwartz, should we just do that as a segue into the Valley?
Sure, that works.
Where Tom Schwartz was, which I didn't mind the Tom Schwartz cameo. The cameo that was so thirsty, that's all the way down there, was Lala and Sheena.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch last night?
I did. I watched it this morning.
And you just blocked it out of your memory. I know, because that's how bad we...
Well, it's just like, Lala, where was this energy for Sandoval? Sheena is bothering me less than I expected for some reason. I don't know why. I think with Sheena, as annoying as she can be and as like Sheena as she can be,
it's a perfect as Sheena as she could be.
I do think like there's something to be said for her being the glue that holds everyone together. Like she has the most friends like there. And I think that there must be something there. Like I have a friend that has just so many friends, and that's because she is so like magnetic and like really does a good job at being there for people, and she follows through. Like she will drive down to LA, come back to the Bay, go down to like Central Coast, and then go see a friend in Tahoe because she committed to it and will agree to see that friend, like made the plans. Yeah. And I think Sheena does something like that. I think she puts the work in, and that's why she has so many friends. And I guess I got to respect that. Whereas Lala doesn't do that at all, I don't think. Like, I think she keeps her circle small, which, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, it comes off colder, and then we have that with, like, the Lala of it all, which like, over the most recent seasons, obviously, we just do not vibe with. And so there's nothing redeeming to me about her.
That's an interesting take.
About what? Sheena?
Both of them. Because Sheena, I feel like they're both pick-me girls in different ways. Like, Lala tries to be the hard ass that doesn't give a shit about anything. And Sheena, I just saw the camera and Lala saying something to Jesse, which again, like, there was no establishing of like Michelle and Lala's friendship for all of a sudden Lala to be the one defending her. But then Sheena, you're watching Sheena in the background see the camera on Lala and walk over to stand next to Lala. That I just was like,
I didn't even catch that. But I do also wonder, as a producer, like,
true, like, go over there.
This is a scene with Lala, sort of. Let's do it together. So we're not giving too many scenes where now we're pissing off the audience.
Well, it's actually funny because apparently Sheena's been pissed that she has been featured on The Valley more.
Apparently The Valley is getting really low ratings.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Oh, yeah, that does surprise me.
Yeah, I kept seeing that and I was really shocked to see it.
What did you think of last night's episode?
I was glad Jason came back around, but Jason, when he was having that conversation with Danny, I felt like, was he believing anything? Did he trust anything that he was even saying? Like, I feel like he walked away from that conversation, got in his car and was like, what just happened? Like, what did I just do? Who am I, someone's mouthpiece now? Because I'm on this show? Jason. Like, I really think he had a moment of, what is this show doing to me?
Good. Because that's all you saw was, that's exactly what it looked like. They do the flashback where Danny's like, he didn't even care about this last week.
Yeah, exactly.
And they do a full flashback of Jason in the hot tub. Like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And now he is like confronting him that he's an alcoholic.
I think this feels like, we talked about it last week, but it's really a reach. And I wonder if some of them felt, oh, fuck, Jax isn't here. How are we going to stir this up to keep people invested because we want this check?
Oh, that's interesting, to become the number one guy in the group.
Well, but also like where they have to find drama somewhere.
With the guys too. Because like this whole thing seems
Danny and Nia, that was just like, to me, it was such a reach. Like it really, I mean, look, I'm not Janet. I'm not in her relationship, and I can understand why she was triggered. What I find frustrating is that she had once accepted the apology from Danny and let Danny move on, thinking the apology had been accepted, but then went and talked more shit about it, that then brought now Jason and Janet onto Danny and Nia. So it ended up causing more, but then they have this second meetup, and it seems as though they are able to get past it, but it's like, don't accept the apology and then go talk shit about him to other people to stir it up again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think that's
just don't accept the apology then. Just be like, I'm not good with this right now, so I'm going to take a breather.
I feel like Janet wants to be on TV really bad. I feel like Janet has the potential to be one of the most hated Bravo Lebs out there. Mm-hmm. I cannot stand her. Mm-hmm. Like, she just, everything about her is so, it all just feels fake and calculated. And her even pretending to wrap in a bow her concern about Danny when not one person believes that she was actually concerned. It all came from a place of like, oh, let me get this storyline out there because I need to get my screen time. And then they bring up this thing. I mean, Kristen Doute, like the OG, she does it best. Like she she just knows that, like, you watch her and you're like, now there's a professional.
Yeah.
You can't, like, I couldn't stand her last season on Vanderpump, and I'm so happy to have her now.
It is funny to hear Luke be such the voice of reason. Like, even when Kristen brings up the ring thing, Luke is like, what are we doing? Like, this means literally nothing. Like, so many men, I think, unintentionally forget their ring.
I forget my ring.
Kyle forgets his all the time. All last week, I was joking with him. I'm like, look at you. You don't want to be married. He's like, honestly, I think I'd do better with it on. So I was like, well, then get it. But honestly, I don't give a shit.
I was just going to ask, does Kyle even wear a ring? Meek has never worn a ring in our 10 years, almost 9 years of being married.
Yeah.
Never wore a ring. I never have my ring on. Never. It's like, that doesn't make you married.
No, 100%. So that was a reach on Kristen's part, but Kristen's reason for it, I was behind. Like, you can mess with me, but like, don't mess with my friends. Like, I'm coming for you energy.
And also, that's what we saying that we all know that you're pulling the shit out of your ass. And like, and when they pull Jasmine over, Jasmine's like, it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, actually, it was like 2 years ago. And yeah. What did you think of them really trying to like paint Danny as this alcoholic and Danny's apology?
Ridiculous. I think it's so ridiculous. I think this is Jax isn't here, so who can we do this with? Like, I don't know. I think it was disgusting. I think it was really unfair. I think that it can really damage someone when that's not true. And I think Danny even mentions that he's had like lost friends over the comments that have been made. And that's really frustrating because like the way that they're painting him too is as if he's like, because he's an addict, he's a bad person, which is so far from the truth normally. Like I feel like the addicts I know or knew were such great people and they were so sensitive, and that's why they became an addict. It's like they were so sensitive to everyone around them and they care so deeply and they're so charming and they're these great people that have this terrible thing. So I don't like this you're an addict, you're a bad person narrative that they're trying to push. I think it's really uncool.
And that's why I think because Janet started this.
She did. She's a monster.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the fact of what you're implying that you felt there were so many implications. You felt uncomfortable with him in a closet, being the only one.
She did not feel uncomfortable with him. She did not.
Let's stop. And let's stop saying that you didn't want to be the only one in on the secret. You freaking love that you're the only one that saw him do it, so you could go blab it on to everybody else. Like
if the cameras weren't rolling, if they were on a show, this is not a thing. No. The thing that is a thing, Jack's not paying a mortgage from May to August.
What the anxiety that gave me, and when they started talking about credit scores, I was just like, they do the whole montage at the end of Brittany and Jax's relationship, and the whole time, all of us were screaming, "Don't do it, Brittany! Don't do it, Brittany! Don't do it, Brittany!" Not that that's helpful in hindsight, but
that's really stressful. That's so fucked. And then to sign another lease while you know she's in another apartment, like what was happening in his brain that made this make sense?
And also the fact that she could have been paying it along the way,
100%,
screwing them over. Like that's the mother of your child, and you're talking about.
Now, what does Cruz have a place to live? Like, did you fuck that up for him?
And is Brittany going to have credit to get how did he sign a lease if he doesn't have, if his credit's like,
that's a really good question. Behind. I have no idea.
Like if you don't pay your mortgage, you're dropping like points.
I don't know. How did he sign another lease?
Maybe he like fronted the months, like just paid all of it up. Like you could do that, I guess, like pay all of it up front or something.
Yeah.
It's really sad to watch what's happening to Brittany and her still even considering, like before Tom Schwartz comes, and I love Tom Schwartz cameo, before he comes in and is like, hey,
he looks nervous. Like he looks stressed by the mortgage of it all. Like his face is like,
no shit. And I'm also like, when she said it's $100,000, I was trying to do that math. Like, how much money is your mortgage? Are you paying 20,000?
She said 15,000. Hold on. Let's do the math. So May, June, July, August. So 15,000 times 4. And then, so that's only 60,000. But then she said something about taxes as well.
Oh,
and
so they're like yearly
so then,
taxes are due.
Yeah. And then interest, maybe, like that should all add up if you're not paying it.
But still 60 grand. Like, oh God, that's crazy.
I'm having such a hard time why he didn't let her know to not keep renting the Airbnb that she had if he wasn't going back to the home. So now you're having her on like she paid that Airbnb, it sounds like, for 3 months up front.
And these men
also, like, damn, how much money are y'all making?
That's what I was thinking. Like, what are their jobs? And why are these men living in the houses while their children are being dragged around? Like,
I don't know.
Don Draper did it right back then. Like, he gave the house to Betty and her new husband.
Yeah.
Not that we need to bring up Don Draper.
I don't know.
Jax, I think it goes to show that we don't need Jax on our screen.
Well, people are kind of speculating that is maybe why the ratings are so bad. Like, I think we've talked about this before on this podcast with the scandal of it all, is like, not all of us, as we know from the comments online, are trying, or at least trying to move past some of this, like, accepting this real toxic male behavior on these shows. And I think Jax's
behavior, like, if we think about, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, if we think about, they put Dorinda on pause because she was an alcoholic, but they're letting Jax,
that's the point, I think, is like the way they accept the behavior from the men on Bravo, that they don't. I mean, even with the Kenya in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, like, they put her on pause right in the middle of a season and brought on Phaedra. Like, but like, Jax is out here doing this kind of shit, and it's totally fine.
Drugs in front of production that they saw him doing on his wedding day,
spying on his wife with cameras. Like, and like, it's so grim that I think we're having, the audience is responding to that, and we're kind of feeling, I have no idea, but I do think that has to play a role in why some of the why the ratings are bad. I think we're just not here for the Jax of it all.
But I also think, like, what really is the drama that's happening on the Valley? Like, is there enough other than
maybe not
divorce?
Maybe not. I mean, it was something that we were excited for, and I think maybe it doesn't work. Yeah. Like, that's definitely an option. Like, maybe it doesn't work. And, you know, I appreciate them for trying, but it could just be that it just doesn't make sense anymore. And that's also fine.
Do you think you're going to be watching, I wanted to ask you this. Do you think you're going to be watching the new Gen Z show?
Okay. So I don't know, but I had to talk about this in therapy the other day. I'm currently not this specifically, but I'm about all the Bravo, the influencers. I'm currently a little, and I know it's my own shit, but do I even feel like getting into this? I don't know, but I'm currently in a space where I'm a little triggered by all the influencers and all the wealth I'm seeing online, given the state of everyone, the majority of Americans, that that's why I'm so excited to get off Instagram. Like, I am excited to not be doing this, because having the wealth like in my face all the time feels dirty or something. It doesn't feel good. And I feel like this show is going to represent that in such a big way. And then last night I'm in bed, and it's like Charlie something is like part of this crypto torture house in New York. And I was like, see, this is like pushing me further away. Like, even if I was maybe going to watch it, now I have to watch like a young crypto kid with a lot of money, like torturing other kids or at least being a part of it. Like that doesn't sound fun to me. Like that feels icky to me.
Yeah. It's actually interesting because we live in two of the cities that I feel like the cities we live in have the highest rents, like two of the highest rents, two of the highest houses. I don't know if it's like this for you.
It's like they're both billionaire. It's like we have the most billionaires per capita than anywhere else.
And I think we've talked about this on here before, but like the wealth that I'm surrounded on a daily basis, just like walking down the street or driving, and the way that you see like kids coming up in this wealth is so unfamiliar than what you and I were raised.
And I think the one thing I mean, there's so many things I love about San Francisco, but yes, there are children here, but we have the lowest number of children under 18 than anywhere in the United States. So I'm not seeing the kids so much growing up in it. I'm seeing just adults, like the bunch of the tech adults, really, you know?
The kids seeing it, I think for me, it's just such an interesting dynamic. And sometimes you feel like you need to fit into it. Yeah. And like, because it's surrounded you, like even what you're paying in rent. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's given me opportunities and money that I would have never had if I stayed in Philadelphia. But it is I'm kind of in this bubble, even more so moving to the Upper East Side compared to when I was living in Brooklyn, where people like felt more just
real. Yeah. I think that's why I'm so attracted to Philly, and I love going back to Philly. I don't feel better than or less than when I'm in Philly. Like I love the Bay Area. I love San Francisco so much. I love the friends I have here. But if I could have people in Philly here, but with the landscape of San Francisco and take the tech bullshit out of it, I would choose that 100 times over. Like, I think people in Philly are the best. Like, I like that. I don't feel like no one feels stuck up there. And I really love that. No one feels super rich. And even if they have money, they're not flying it around.
It's just like such a different type of money than what it's like normal. It's like you're just I think it's so interesting because even if you have I have one semi-Philly friend in New York and they grew up in Bensalem, and so that's like the closest I have. And my friend moved out to the middle of Pennsylvania, and she's like, if I just had one person from Philly here, just because it feels more down to earth, and
it's down to earth. That's the word.
Yeah. We were talking about, I think for a minute, moving or looking to buy a house out in Long Island. And after being down the shore last summer, because my friend bought a house down the shore, and after being down the shore last summer and going again this summer, it's like, I have a friend whose birthday is in the Hamptons next weekend. And I'm like, do I want to go to Southampton and fight influencers who were 25 years old to get into a bar on a Saturday night while trying to like wear my cutest outfit and look the youngest just to go out there?
I think that's the other thing I like about Philly is it feels so less inundated with the keeping up with the Joneses, with the facial things, with the outfit. It feels like I don't have to do any of the dance there. And I guess I don't really like, luckily San Francisco is really casual, but I could see that would definitely not. I would not. I don't think I could do New York, not because it's not great, but I don't want to play that. I don't want to do that dance. I just don't. It's not who I am at my core. Like I am so not materialistic. So it's like,
it's hard, especially when you're not that way. Like I'm not that way. And I found myself like falling into these little, or like a Saturday night. Like I think you had said this when you visited last time where you were like, oh, like or whatever night you were here. Like you could literally be going to the bar and somebody could be in a gown or they could be in sneakers, and it goes like the full gamut. But you feel like you have to be dressed when you go outside. Like the way that I would go to CVS in Philly is not the way that I would go to CVS in New York.
Yeah. I guess this is all to say that I don't think I'll be watching the next gen.
Great segue.
Yeah.
I think more so similarly. Like, do you really want to watch spoiled rich kids
No, I
growing
don't.
up in New York
Absolutely
City?
fucking not. I can't think of anything I want to do less, frankly.
I know. I don't even
That's
think
what
I'll
Gossip
be.
Girl is for. That's fiction.
Right.
Like, you know.
And even they don't seem as horrible. Like, what's his face's dad lived in Brooklyn, you know, they made him look like the poor kid.
Oh,
because he
his
grew up in
loft.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
loft. That was like the
His
size
loft
of
in Brooklyn. I'm like,
a built like
both of our
like a
apartments.
department store. It could fit like at a Bloomingdale's in there. Like, Jesus Christ. But he was the poor one.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into Summer House now that we're in New York.
Why would
anyway.
we want to talk about this? Why would we want to stop talking about this?
Okay, so wait, Jesse and Erika Jayne hook up, and I just gotta say, this is one of the thirstiest things Jesse has done to date, and that is saying a lot because this motherfucker is out here thirsty, like so thirsty. And I'm like, wow, I truly think he went into that and was like, I'm about to get a headline. I think he did it for the headline.
Everyone knows he leaked this.
100% he leaked it.
It came from within the house.
100%. Like, he probably has Bravo and cocktails on speed dial.
And pretended like he was someone else. I don't even know, like, you know, with Luann and Joe Bradley, because Bravo and Cocktails was like, oh, he was
obviously influenced by that too.
I'm like, am I happy for Erika Jayne in this situation?
No, I think she got used. I think she got used. I think Jesse did it for a headline. I don't think he had any interest. I think he saw, this is an opportunity. Let's have at it. He feels so opportunistic. The way that he is he wants to be, and I feel like he's even said he wants to be a reality star.
Ew, I just got the chills. Not using Erika Jayne.
100%. 100%. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Sorry,
I can't believe you're so shocked about this.
I know. Like, because in my head, she used
she got used. No, she got used. She has so much more clout than he will ever have.
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry, Erika.
I'm just taking a second to take that in. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, okay, Jesse.
Okay. Wow. I really caught you off guard here.
I'm so caught off guard because that's so stupid of me.
The other thing I have with Summer House, I have a bone to pick with Bravo.
Yeah,
what is the lost footage about? What is going on? And we don't have any answers. Like, no one has chimed in about it. Like, someone needs to ask Andy on Radio Andy.
So Bravo and Cocktails did have a blind about it that said they were saving up all of this footage for like unseen bits,
like the secrets revealed or whatever.
Yeah, but
that's fine. But don't put it in the preview.
That's also not something we want. We want that in the last 5 minutes that you have built up the whole season for.
But also, then don't put that in the preview for the show.
For sure.
Then put that in a preview for the secrets revealed.
I was kind of disappointed in the finale altogether. Like the last 10 minutes where it was Lindsay, Amanda, and Paige, that part I wanted to see, which obviously they're setting us up for a new show. I mean,
that felt pretty obvious to me, I think, right?
Yeah.
I guess the thing that's shocking to me about it is I really was I think I'm flip-flopping a little. I really was in the camp of thinking Paige was going to be leaving Bravo to pursue whatever her and Hannah are doing. But this scene made me second guess that.
But I wonder if she'll do like cameos. I am telling you, if you watch those YouTube videos, there is something there.
What do you think? Now that you've watched that, do you see her sticking with Bravo or do you see her following that?
I hope she does. I think she can do both. I mean, network wise, I don't know how that works with contracts.
Yeah. But
it's like that could be the spinoff and this could be the thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know how long Paige is going to stay in Bravo.
That's TV. What I'm wondering too.
Like the Ariana stuff. I mean, Giggly Squad, again, when you watch it on this show, you don't realize, like.
And does she want to be part of a show that is surrounded by drama, which Ariana has kind of recently spoke about. And I think she did like maybe an interview with Elle or something. And she was like, I'm not opposed to like being on another show, but not one that is sent like toxic and so drama fueled.
And in the little YouTube videos, I shouldn't call them the Giggly Squad YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like you get to see more of each of their personalities in a way that we don't see Paige in the summer, where it's more fun and it doesn't feel so edited and it, raw and
I think that's the other thing is that as Paige continues to grow in her career and kind of blow up, she's going to have to sort of think about, she's going to have to think about the narrative that is being painted for her. And can she trust a Bravo edit? Because if it goes bad, then she's kind of risking everything she's built thus far. Like, it seems like it could be a little risky. Like, do you walk away hands clean, coming out on top, or keep it going? And we know how people on Bravo fall from grace, and sometimes it almost feels like Bravo sets them up to do that. That it might not be, the risk might not be worth the reward for Paige, and it's to stick it out on Bravo.
And honestly, with the money she's making and the ads she's doing, I don't know what she's getting paid on.
What would be the motivation to stay with Bravo? I guess other than maybe her friendship with Amanda and Sierra, but like, you can't put your own shit on the line for them to have a storyline. Because honestly, without Paige, I don't know that Amanda and Lindsay can obviously hold a show. That's no question. I do wonder about the Sierra Amanda dynamic. Kyle can be on reality show. Like, as much as although this season, I don't hate him.
Because what did he say or do? The bare minimum. But
except he did back up Lexi.
Okay, that was
and I really did actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because we got to get into that dinner table discussion, actually.
That was wild.
I am someone who's not confrontational. We know this about me. I do really feel in my heart of hearts, I would have said something here. I think I would have
said something for who?
For Lexi at this dinner table. I think I would have said, I would have been like, hey guys, like, before we just go, jumping to Jesse's side, let's consider what is Jesse saying to Lexi behind the scenes, even about us, that we're not hearing, that Lexi's feeling this way. Like, I know for a fact that's where I would have gone with it.
100%.
And I wouldn't have done it yelling. I would have just been like, hold on, let's pump the brakes for a second here before we give all of our energy to Jesse.
Right. I just think
I appreciate you saying that I would do that, because I do.
But you saying you're not confrontational doesn't mean you wouldn't stick up for your friends.
Yeah, and I do,
and you will
stand on something I believe in.
100%.
Yeah,
and and it might make you uncomfortable, but you're not gonna
not do it.
No, because it's what's right.
Yeah,
I think there's a difference in.
And I also feel like I'm way better at doing it for friends than myself.
That's what I was gonna say next.
Yeah.
Because it's easier in a way. Yeah,
for sure. But this was just wrong.
Don't we just love therapy?
This was just outright wrong.
I honestly was disappointed. Like, her saying that she didn't trust Sierra. Sierra's response was actually Sierra wasn't crazy. Like, oh, I don't like that's. I just think that Jesse created all of this drama, and he's even created the narrative from the girls' side of things. Like. Getting them to believe, because they've had a friendship with him, that Lexi is this crazy little young girl that doesn't know what she's talking about. I do have to say, though, like, at this point, the Lexi and Jesse social media interview stuff, it's gotten to where it's needed. Like, we're good on
But we also have to understand that they're being asked about the questions. Like, they're not like, Lexi's not showing up to not skinny but not fat.
Yeah.
Wanting to talk about it, probably, but of course that's what she's going to be asked, and so she's going to give her side of the story,
and she is
and rightfully so,
100%. And I would be excited and lovely to have her back on the screen, because I love her point of view as a woman and sticking up for herself and doing it so eloquently without really causing drama. And
She's never yelling. Like, if you notice, she's never like
100%.
screaming.
That's like the biggest, that to me, the way that she's able to articulate herself. Whereas when I get confrontational, I don't know how to articulate myself without yelling. I just think it's so admirable.
Yeah.
And talk about people in our comments. There were a lot of Facebook users in our comments just saying, like, I can't believe you're sticking up for Lexi. And it's like, okay.
I was really bummed that, like, I did not need Wes to jump in.
I think because Lexi has come out and said this, that Wes came up to her after the fact and apologized to her, because I think Wes thought
had the story. Right. They had the whole story.
Exactly. And I think people are now seeing like that maybe Jesse's been influencing the story.
I guess what I'm disappointed is that they've been on this reality show for a while now, and for them to just assume they had the whole story, I thought was a little naive and do bad. It felt like, come on, guys, you're smarter than this. Like, it really was. I really thought that. I was like, you guys know what's going on. You must.
But Jesse, I just think he's sneakier than we think.
And he always has that like a smiling, like, yeah.
I know. He looks like the turtle from Finding Nemo. Like, he could just like do a stupid face where he's like,
yeah, you're so right. Yeah. Also, is Boys Lie paying for all this promo? I have to know. Every single thing that they were wearing at one point was Boys Lie in one of the scenes. I just had to. I was
Whose
like,
brand is that?
I don't know. These two girls, I think.
Yeah, it's that error.
Yeah. Wait. So Paige has these like. Paige made a few comments. There was only one in this one, but did you hear another little comment she made? I think she did it last episode too. Like, one of the costume guys, or like the guys that scare, like, touched her shoulder, and she was like, "Oh, finally, I can feel something." Like.
No.
Yeah, she says something along the lines of like, just to feel something, which this is the second comment like that, second or third comment she's made like that.
Yeah.
In regards to like basically never seeing her boyfriend. So the whole narrative that he was blindsided is really getting lost in the sauce for me.
And what did you think at the end when they all come over and she's talking about, like, they do the whole Paige and Craig breakup, and at this point it's been however many months a while, for us, so we're like kind of over the story. We know what happens, but her saying that he said, if I would have known, I would have showed you the ring. Yeah. And I'm just like, that is so Craig coded, that like,
so Craig coded,
something mysterious.
And if the ring existed, Andy would have asked him about it at the Southern Charm reunion. We would have seen a photo of the ring. Who would not take a picture of the ring? That's the thing. Craig, you can shut this down, but you're
Lindsay
not.
Said it best. He would have shown someone the ring. And knowing Craig, he would have wanted everyone to show everyone how big it was.
100%.
Like, he would have been boasting about it, which makes it even stranger that you even come up with that lie. She was so far.
It was manipulative.
So far outgrown Craig. And after these 2 seasons of seeing them back to back, like, it's just so clear.
And I'm like, I kind of stopped watching during my Southern Charm reunion just because I felt mostly caught up. Like, the season that I ended up stopping on was only 2 seasons ago, so I didn't feel like, like
it was that far away.
But you really can see that, like, Paige did see her life going somewhere else. Like, she really, I think, is surprised by the way that, and I think really happy about where her success and her job and her career has gone. But like, you can see her in those early seasons when they're doing the house, like redoing the house in the backyard. Like, she wasn't lying. Like, she wasn't playing it up for the camera. She wasn't playing it up for Craig. Like, she was in that relationship. So for anyone to like think otherwise,
the way she stuck up for his drunk ass in Winter House.
Also, at the scene when she says, I've like lied through my teeth for him. You can see Amanda like aggressively, like, she makes these like eyes, and I'm like, I need to know what is like, I know Paige will never disclose it. That's not who she is. But I need to know what happened at that wedding. I need people start writing into Bravo and Cocktails. Like, let us know. Someone out there knows. It's anonymous. Just say it. Just tell us everything.
But I think that's like the bare minimum.
I think so. I think you're right.
I mean, Craig has gotten soberish, so like there's got to be more.
I think there's a reason that she never went on one of their cast trips. Like she was definitely invited. I think it was like, I don't want to have to like cover for you or babysit. Like it's not going to be fun for me. Like I just no, because you know she would have gotten paid for it.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I want to go back and clock that she did that.
Go back and watch that scene, because I was watching Amanda. I mean, I was like watching Amanda. I was like, what's your, like, I need to know. I need to know.
I really do love the Lindsay, Paige, and Amanda dynamic. Like, I really loved watching it.
It was interesting, though, hearing, I agree, but hearing Sierra, Amanda, and Paige at the end of the party be like, yeah, realistically, we won't see each other again until November. Like, I remember in this off season, I was like, in my head, like, I think there's a rift between Amanda and Paige. Right. Like, I guess it was, I know Paige was on tour, but I just found it still shocking, like, how infrequent they see each other, I guess.
To me, it made total sense. Like, there's the only reason that they would see each other would be, like, they're not, like,
but then I guess that's what was surprising to me is that they're not, because to me, it never feels like a forced friendship on the show. Like, it feels like they're definitely
seeing each other and like texting each other every day. I'm sure they're like texting all the time, but
maybe.
Like, if you think about, it's just so funny. I feel like also, I don't know if it's like that in SF, but compared to where they live, it's basically like living in two different worlds.
Yeah, I guess I see my friends so often.
Oh, really?
All the time. I was like, I had this thought. I thought I said it on here one day where I was like, even when I'm hanging out with friends, I'm like, one of the things I truly love about my life is like half of my life is just hanging out with friends, and the other half is planning to go see another friend. Like, I'm seeing my friends all the time.
Well, I guess I have friends I see all the time, and then I have friends like, you know, my Philly friends I don't see as often, but
San Francisco is also small. So like I can walk to anyone's house.
Oh, and see, like, for me, my friend from Philly told me she was going to be in Brooklyn last week for one day. Yeah. And I was like, that is at minimum a 45-minute I feel like
that's not long
train.
Oh. Like, I don't feel like
it takes an hour and a half to get to
I guess
Philly.
As someone who's always on public transportation, I don't know, it just doesn't.
45 minutes and like 3 trains, no thank you.
But for a friend,
though, like how you were talking about like your friend who like goes here and there for places, like I don't do that anymore. I'm too old.
But I think that's why Sheena has some, like, that's why I was like, I can give Sheena a pass. Like, she's clearly putting in the effort into her friendships.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
This is goodbye for now. I was thinking, how funny would it be if we revealed the restaurant that we worked at in Philly all those years that we met at?
Oh, go for it. I walked by it the other day, and it's wild down there.
Do you think we should, or do you think we should leave it a mystery?
Go for it. I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, it's closed. We worked at PYT in the Piazza.
Yeah, I walked through the Piazza, and it's crazy down there. Have you been down there?
No, like crazy how? Good or bad?
You can't really tell where it even was, sort of, like, because there's so many apartments and build up right there, like even going behind it. Yeah. I was like kind of getting confused. Like, the only thing that gave me my bearings was, you know, like the storage unit we had across.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if we were there, this was here.
Like a little alley.
But it was like kind of confusing. I felt really disoriented.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't been down there in a hot minute.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll be back at some point, we think. Thanks for all of our listeners who have been here. And this has been Bonded by Bravo.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shout out to Brock and the Hurrdat team for all of your support the last year.
Yes, absolutely.
We love you guys.
Bye.